Hi everyone, welcome back to my kitchen. Since it is still fall season and I am still thinking about all the yummy things that we can make with pumpkin, today I'm going to be showing you how I make my pumpkin cinnamon rolls. They come together quite quickly and they're really easy to make, but they're so delicious. So let me show you how I make these. An important thing to know is with this recipe, everything should be at room temperature, and that way everything comes together a lot quicker. If it's cold, then it won't rise as fast. So everything I have here is at room temperature other than my milk and my butter. I had to melt my butter, but my milk is warm. It's like maybe 105 degrees to activate the yeast. If you want this recipe, you will find it in the description part of this video below. Just click on show more. It will drop down and give you the recipe. So first of all, we are going to start by activating the yeast to get it all bubbly. And so to do that, we got our milk, and I have a little bit of sugar, just probably a couple teaspoons, and then the yeast. And I'm gonna add the yeast and the sugar to my warm milk, and that we're gonna mix together and set it aside. While we let the yeast mixture activate and get nice and foamy and bubbly, we're gonna take and make our flour mixture, or mix all our dry ingredients. So our dry ingredients are going to be our sugars. I have white sugar and brown sugar, and I'm whisk these together. I also have some salt and some pumpkin pie spice. Mix this all together. I'm just gonna whisk it with a whisk until it's all incorporated. Okay, I'm gonna set this aside for a minute. Our milk mixture with the yeast, it is getting foamy and bubbly. Now we're gonna go to the stand mixer and we're going to put in our wet ingredients. I have some melted butter here. We're gonna add that right to the mixer bowl. I'm going to add my pumpkin puree. Now, my pumpkin I processed the other day, and I keep it in the refrigerator. So mine is cold. I had to put it in a little pan here and warm it up just to the point where it's about room temperature or lukewarm. We're gonna add this to our melted butter. And now the recipe calls for 2 eggs, but I have small eggs. I've got some new chickens just starting to lay, so their eggs are a little bit smaller. So instead of 2 eggs, I'm gonna use 3 eggs. We're gonna we'll add those right to this mixture as well. And then we need a couple teaspoons of vanilla. And I don't measure, I just use the cap. The cap is usually a teaspoon, so that's what I usually do. And last but not least, we're gonna add in the milk and yeast, and that is happy yeast. We're gonna add that all together. Now that I have the wet ingredients mixed together, I'm gonna add the dry ingredients. So we're gonna add just a little at a time, and I'm going to actually I'm gonna use the hook, and we're going to knead this dough. So I'm just gonna incorporate it a little at a time. All right, we're letting it knead for a bit, but if you think it's too sticky, which I know mine is too sticky, we're gonna add more flour, and you wanna just incorporate maybe a tablespoon in at a time. You don't want too much flour. So we're just gonna try working in a tablespoon and then come back and see how that looks. I don't know if you can see this, but the dough has pretty much formed a ball on the kneading hook, and it's taken and cleaned the sides of the bowl. So there's nothing left on the sides of the bowl. So that is a pretty good indication that this dough is ready. I'm gonna take it out of the bowl and off the hook. I like to sometimes just feel the dough to make sure it is indeed ready. Took it out of the bowl, and now I'm just gonna work it here a little bit on my floured surface. Just to get a good feel of it. So it is definitely, it's not sticky, but it's not super dry either. Now we check the window pane test, which actually looks really good. We're gonna place it in a bowl. I've already put some oil in the bowl. I'm gonna turn it upside down, rub it around, and then flip it. Now we're gonna cover it and let it rise. The dough has rose. And before I uncover this and roll it out, I am going to put the filling together. So let's do that first, set this aside. The filling is really simple. I have cinnamon and pumpkin pie spice and brown sugar. I'm gonna add the spices with the brown sugar, mix them up. All right, set this aside. I also have butter that is soft. Look at this dough. It's happy dough. So we're gonna flour our work surface just lightly. Pour the dough right out onto it. All right. Now we're gonna roll this out. Ooh, the dough smells so good. We're gonna spread it all out. All right, just like that. Now we sprinkle it with our cinnamon and sugar mixture. I bring it right to the edges. All right, now we're gonna do from the wider side, I'm gonna start rolling it. And we're gonna seal the edges. I bring them up and seal it. Now I'm gonna slice this the only way I really know how. I was taught by my dad how to do that, and I use a piece of dental floss and I just go under it and I cross it over. Hopefully you can see that. I cross it over and pull the two together. This is what it looks like. I have a prepared pan here that I've greased so that it doesn't stick. You can make these as big or as small as you'd like. Now to keep the centers from rising up before everything else, I press the centers down. Cover it with a towel and let it rise until it's doubled. So let's look. Oh, those look gorgeous. This one here looks a little bit bigger than the rest, but that's okay. All right, I have my oven preheating at 350 degrees. And before I put these in, we're gonna add the last ingredient, which I think just sets these off and makes them so light and so yummy. And that is some heavy cream. So I separated this cream from our own milk. We're gonna put 2/3 cup of heavy cream over the top. I know this may sound weird to some of you, but trust me on this. Okay, so this is gonna go in your preheated oven. We're gonna put this in for about 25 to 30 minutes. Now, I'm gonna let these cool here for probably 5-10 minutes, and then you can frost them with your favorite frosting. Today I'm gonna be using my cream cheese frosting over the top of these, but you can use whatever you like or not even frost them at all.